Did you say that again?
Hello.
What's the story with Courtney?
No.
What about tomorrow?
No, I doubt it. I think he may go, but we'll see.
How surprising is that to you, Doc? It seemed like you were pretty sure of it yesterday.
Yeah, he just didn't, just didn't improve much. So you're pretty much prepared for everything. Just like Woody is over there, they've had the same stuff. So just a lot of injuries right now for us and for them.
Granted that injuries and resting guys has put Jeff in the starting role a few times this year. What have you seen from him in that role?
Well, he's been good and bad. He's had some great games, obviously. He's had some okay games, as well. But what I like is he's just being aggressive. He's starting to do that whether he starts or not, really. Okay. You think about the New Orleans game, he came off the bench and was back at it again, and then from there he kind of leveled off. So we're just trying to keep him to stay that way, but it's not just about the offense with him for us. It's everything that we want him to do, and he's starting to do it.
Is Terry getting the start again in place of?
No, I'm going with Jordan.
What made you make that decision?
The coin. No.
He paid you off?
Yeah, he paid me. I am on the take with that. No, it was more Jet really does not like to start. Likes coming off the bench, and so.
Did he actually come to you and ask?
No, I talked to Jet about it. We started when you just could see it, and he likes being in his role, and especially when he knows, Courtney will be back and other guys will be back, and he'd rather just stay in his own role.
Do you like the way where you see a guy that says, "I don't want to start"?
It's rare. It's rare. Most guys love hearing their name called with the flames and all that stuff going up. But I think he's pretty much over all that stuff at this point in his career. And he really believes he's better for the team coming off the bench. So it's refreshing. It's really nice.
Are you at all surprised to college basketball for a second?
Yes, you can.
Talk about the success of Brett Coleman.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool. It's first of all, the kid's gone through a lot that people don't know about with his father, and it's just a neat story. It's neat the whole team really, but knowing Brett, Austin and Brett won the AU Nationals at 10. Then again, when they were seniors, they won 2 state titles together. He's been at our house and lived at our house at times. It's just a fun thing to watch. And if you know Brett, the way Florida Gulf Coast is playing is exactly how Brett plays. It's not like this is something new for him. He's very comfortable on stage.
Are you at all surprised at how much of a spark Jordan can bring?
No, Murph, that's why we traded for him. We, when you lose Barbosa, who was pretty much good on nights and some nights bad, we looked at who could do the same things. And, Jordan is the perfect character for that role when you think about him. We laugh, but he is on the all-scare team. He scares me and Woody, every night. He scares both coaches. But he's been, the one thing he does so much better than he has ever gotten credit for, maybe he did, I don't know, because I wasn't in Washington. He's a far better passer. He sees things that only point guards can see. Sometimes he makes that pass, unfortunately, and no one else sees it. But he can really, he's a playmaker. He's more than just a scorer. And I honestly didn't know that. So that's been a refreshing surprise.
What's that dynamic like? You want him to be aggressive. You want him to be a scorer, but at the same time, he's passing the ball so well.
Well, I don't want to get in his way. We don't have time to change him or coach him to a point where he fits the exact role or way you want him to play. And so, it's what I've done. When you get a player this late in the year, you just tell them, just go play. Don't get him, I won't get in your way. If you're doing something too much, I'll let you know. But I don't want to get in his way at all. I want him to go out and just play, be him. And if something we don't like, we'll take him out. But I just want him to play free.
What can you expect from this team on defense without KG and Courtney?
What we do, we're going to spread the floor more and probably take quicker shots, so there's going to be more scoring. Having said that, guys have been around not long enough, but long enough to know how we defend, and we expect everybody to play to fit into our defensive system and do it. No one's going to do it as good as Kevin. There's no doubt about that. So losing him in particular, it weakens your defense.
One thing to lose him for one game, 2 games at a time, but now that you know it might be about 2 weeks, what does that mean for what Chris Wilcox has to bring consistently?
He has to bring great effort every night and be consistent with it. You know, and Shav and DJ are one or both will play as well. You know, and maybe we'll find something out with one of those 2 guys going into the playoffs that we didn't know. And so, you know, you always have to try to find a silver lining, and maybe that would be it. And even with Jordan, you know, with Courtney being out, you know, there's another opportunity. You know, obviously we want to win games, but we may find something out about our team during this stretch.
Is KG around, Doc, or do you just tell him to stay home? He's kind of ornery when he doesn't play.
Yeah, I leave it up to him. I leave it up to all the guys, you know.
So is he here? Or is he
I have no idea. I never go in the locker room until it's time. I try to let them have their space. So he's been around yesterday and today in the morning, but I don't know if he's coming to the game or not.
Doc, Dandy said yesterday that KG actually ended up hurting his ankle in the New Orleans game. Did he just not tell you guys about it during that Dallas game? Did you guys?
No, we knew, but we didn't think it was that bad. And then the way I noticed, I mean, I took him out with what we were making a run in the Dallas game, and I just didn't like the way he was running. I didn't know it was his ankle at that time. I knew that he had hurt it in the game before. I didn't know why he was running the way he was running. I just didn't like the way he was running, so I took him out, and then he was saying he was okay, and we put him back in. But you knew something. It just didn't. He didn't look right to me. So.
Doc, I know nobody hangs division banners around here, but you guys had it for 5 straight years there, and it's looking like the Knicks are maybe closing in on it. Is there any meaning to that title at all? And is there any meaning to what looks like maybe a little bit of a shift here, at least for this season? What do you see in there?
No, I think no. I hate to say it, no. I mean, it's nice to win them. You know, because it gives you you know, playoff position and in the playoff shares for the players, I guess. But no, you know, listen, whether you win it or not, your season will be defining what you do in the playoffs. You know, and for us and them, at the end of the day, you know, it'll be nice. They'll have that division somewhere. But at the end of the day, it's all what you do in the playoffs.
More important for a team that hasn't been there yet and is still trying to establish itself than a veteran team like yours that's already kind of had that climb and knows what it can do.
Yeah, I guess, you know, but heck, I think I won a division my first year here, and I didn't make, you know, it's funny. I think that was my first division win as a coach, and it didn't matter to me even then, and I wasn't used to the Celtic way yet. They're nice to have, I guess, but it's not what you should be playing for. But you're right. I guess at the end of the day, if you haven't had one or won, it can't hurt to have that, especially if that was one of your goals. You know, you set goals and then goals and goals, and I know that was one of theirs. So yeah, it's probably important to them.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Marquette all the way.